You know what nobody talks about? Every time you choose comfort, you're choosing against wealth. And I don't mean that in some motivational poster way, I mean it literally. Every comfortable choice you make, sleeping in instead of working on your side project, ordering delivery instead of meal prepping, staying at the safe job instead of taking the risky opportunity, is a direct trade off against building wealth. And the insidious part is that these choices don't feel significant in the moment. Ordering takeout doesn't feel like you're choosing poverty, but do it 3 times a week for 10 years and you've spent $30,000 on convenience that could have been $300,000 invested. My name is Chris, and I've spent years studying the daily decisions that separate people who build wealth from people who stay comfortable but broke. And what I've discovered is that wealth and comfort exist on opposite ends of a spectrum, and you cannot maximize both simultaneously. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what this trade-off looks like, why it's so hard to see, and how to make intentional choices instead of defaulting to comfort and wondering why you're not getting ahead. Let's start with what comfort actually costs. Comfort means not having roommates. So you pay an extra $800 per month for a 1 bedroom instead of splitting a 2 bedroom. That's $9,600 per year. Over 10 years at 7% returns, that's $132,000 you gave up for the comfort of living alone. Comfort means financing a new car because you don't want to deal with the potential hassles of a used one. That's a $500 monthly payment instead of buying a $10,000 reliable used car in cash. Over 5 years, that's $30,000 in payments, plus interest that could have been invested. Comfort means eating out because you're tired and don't feel like cooking. That's an extra $300 per month compared to meal prepping. Over 20 years invested, that's over $150,000. See the pattern? Every single comfort choice has a wealth cost. And most people never calculate it because the comfort feels good now. And the wealth cost is invisible and delayed. The second layer of this trade-off is career comfort versus income growth. Staying at your current job is comfortable. You know the people, you know the systems, you know what's expected, but staying comfortable typically means accepting 3% annual raises instead of pursuing 20 to 30% jumps by switching companies every few years. Over a decade, that comfort could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost earning potential. Not pursuing the promotion because it would mean more responsibility and stress. That's choosing comfort over wealth. Not starting the side business because it would mean sacrificing evenings and weekends. Comfort over wealth. Not learning the new skill that's in high demand because the learning curve is uncomfortable. Comfort over wealth. And here's the brutal part. These choices compound just like money does. The person who chooses discomfort for a decade ends up wealthy with options. The person who chooses comfort for a decade ends up stuck, dependent, and trapped in a life they can't afford to leave. The third dimension is lifestyle comfort versus savings rate. Living below your means is uncomfortable. Having roommates in your 30s is uncomfortable. Driving an older car is uncomfortable. Cooking all your meals is uncomfortable. Saying no to expensive vacations your friends are taking is uncomfortable. But these uncomfortable choices are what create the margin between your income and expenses. And that margin is literally the only way wealth gets built. The person making $60,000 who lives like they make $40 and invests $20,000 per year will be wealthy in 20 years. The person making 100,000 who lives like they make 110 will be broke forever. It's not about income. It's about the willingness to tolerate discomfort for delayed rewards. And here's where it gets psychological. We've been conditioned to believe that comfort is what we deserve, what we've earned, what success looks like. You worked hard all week, so you deserve to order takeout. You got a promotion, so you deserve to upgrade your apartment. You're an adult now, so you deserve to not have roommates. But every single one of these deserved comforts is a wealth-destroying belief, because wealth doesn't care what you think you deserve. Wealth is built by doing uncomfortable things consistently for long periods of time. And the people who build wealth have rejected the cultural narrative that says comfort equals success. They understand that temporary discomfort creates permanent security, while permanent comfort creates permanent financial stress. So what does this mean practically? It means you have to consciously decide which matters more to you, feeling comfortable now or being wealthy later. And there's no wrong answer, but you can't have both. If comfort matters most, embrace it. Live the comfortable life. Just don't complain about being broke or stressed about money, because you're choosing that outcome. But if wealth matters more, you have to systematically identify every comfort in your life and ask, is this worth the wealth cost? Living alone, worth it or not? New car, worth it or not? Eating out multiple times per week, worth it or not? Staying at the comfortable job, worth it or not? And for the ones that aren't worth it, you eliminate them. Not someday, now. Here's a framework. Calculate the 10-year wealth cost of every major comfort in your life. Take your rent premium for living alone and calculate what that money would become invested over 10 years. Do the same for your car payment, your eating out budget, your subscription stack, your vacation spending. Add it all up. That number, that's what your comfort is costing you in wealth. And for some people, seeing that number is enough to snap them out of autopilot and into intentional decision making, because suddenly the trade-off is visible. It's not abstract anymore. You're not choosing between comfort and some theoretical future wealth. You're choosing between comfort and $300,000. And when you frame it that way, the choice becomes clearer. And finally, understand that this trade-off doesn't last forever. The person who chooses discomfort in their 20s, 30s, and 40s can choose comfort in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, because they built wealth that supports it. But the person who chooses comfort in their 20s, 30s, and 40s will be forced into discomfort in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, because they have no wealth and no options. The timing just reverses. You either choose discomfort now and comfort later, or comfort now and discomfort later, but you don't get to avoid the discomfort entirely. You just get to choose when it happens. Look, here's the reality. Building wealth requires sustained discomfort. Living below your means is uncomfortable. Investing instead of spending is uncomfortable. Working extra hours on a side business is uncomfortable. Learning new skills is uncomfortable. Taking career risks is uncomfortable, but that discomfort is temporary and it creates permanent security. Comfort is seductive, it feels good, it feels earned, but it's expensive. And if you're choosing comfort consistently, you're choosing against wealth. The choice is yours, but you can't optimize for both. If this video helped you see the hidden trade-off between comfort and wealth and what it's costing you, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And if you're wondering why your biggest financial breakthroughs are still ahead of you, check out why your biggest money wins happen after 35. I'll see you in the next one.